It's very unfortunate that New Year's Day was just so awful for me that I began the show with a sort of like an explanation as to why it was bad. But I also like to joke when I'm sad, so I decided, you know what, for the intro for this podcast version of the show, I had AI make a little intro song, just a little sad acoustic ballad about Peach's pit party.
Peach's pit party, my heart lays. Silent shadows, soft memories fade. In this quiet, I'm all alone. Gentle whispers, where have you gone?
Well, I hope you had a great New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. Welcome to the new year, 2025. We're 2 days in now. I wish I could honestly say that my New Year's Day was anything but bad. I woke up to see something on Facebook that made both my jaw and heart drop significantly. And I hate to come on here right out of the gate and chat about, these negative feelings. And I want people to use my show as a way to sort of escape what they're dealing with and just be entertained by me, me with my awful jokes, my dumb remarks. And I feel like today I'll be doing the show for both of us, for me to entertain myself, me to entertain you. If you want to get a hold of me, you can over at 208-535-1015. I just saw this news about someone who I thought valued me the same way I valued them, to put it lightly. And there's so much more I could elaborate on, but I don't necessarily want to talk about, one specific person on the air. It's just, I didn't really think at all that they would do something like that to me. But what I saw really tore me apart. And it was 7:30 a.m. For some reason yesterday, even though we were off, I woke up at like 6 a.m. and I tried my best to fall back asleep. Couldn't do so. Then around 7:30, I pull out my phone, go on Facebook, and that's when I saw what was posted. Even though we were off, I still showed up to work right after that because I'm like, okay, there's no way I'm going to be able to go back asleep. Let me just come to the studio and work on stuff and get my mind off of things. And sure enough, that's what I did. Made a whole little nice New Year's video you can see in our social media pages at KBear101 FM. Like, this is the one place that makes me excited, makes me happy. I get to come here and put out videos and do these shows and put out a podcast and all of that. It makes me excited to do what I really love to do. And so I came here, did all of that, then left and spent the rest of my day just kind of talking with friends and hung out, but made it a resolution that I'll talk about that later on. I don't want to keep talking for too long here, but I actually do want to do two Peaches picks of the day. Going to start off the show here with a song that I've been playing on repeat for, I would say, all day yesterday, even some part of this morning as I was at the gym on the treadmill. Asking Alexandria, you've made it this far. Alrighty, it's Peach's Pit Party, a very special double dose for Peach's picks of the day. From here on out, it'll be back to, the one song to play for you at the start of the show. Just today, wow. Today was a little bit different based off of what I felt yesterday and what I went through yesterday and all that stuff. But one funny thing that happened yesterday, my friend Levi, who works at Subway, I go to get a sandwich from his shop a lot just because I like their sandwiches. I'll go there and talk with him. And sure enough, the last time I was there, I'm like, hey, I was making a joke to him. I'm like, hey, dude, you should really see about taking one of those signs on the wall. You know how Subway has the pictures of bread or produce on the wall? I'm like, you should take one of those, see if you can hang it up in your parents' kitchen. And so he talked to the guy who owns the location. He owns all the locations apparently in Idaho Falls. And and sure enough, the guy's like, hey, I don't have those signs aren't available to you, but I do have a sign available to you at a different location at the Walmart Subway. And Levi hit me up because I was home at the time. He's like, hey, man, I found out I can get a sign, but it's extremely heavy. Can I use your help to lift it? And I'm like, sure thing, man. Not like I've been used for lifting heavy things before. Let's do this. Takes me to the Walmart Subway. We go there, and Levi's like, hey, do you have that sign? Did Mike text you about the sign? And they're like, oh, yeah, it's in the back there. So I got to see the back of a Subway for the very first time, go back there with him to help carry it out. And it wasn't just like the indoor sign at all with the produce or the bread on it. No, it's an official outdoor Subway sign that you see outside the restaurant. It had bird poo on it. It was pretty dirty, but we took it, put it in the back of Levi's dad's truck and strapped it down, got it to his parents' place. His parents were like, "Why do you want this? Get rid of this thing." But he somehow managed to hang it up in his room. He sent me a picture of it. He has LED lights around Subway. It's in his room now. So that's something that happened to really kickstart 2025. That was fun. I posted a little TikTok about it. Got a little over 1,000 views. So I guess I'm making my way to become a TikTok influencer. Yeah, I think tomorrow we're supposed to have a special guest on Traffic School powered by the Advocates. I would ask Victor, but he already left for the day. We're supposed to have this girl named Carolina Roslyn or Roslyn. I believe that's how you say her name. She's she has some viral Instagram reels. I'm sure they're on TikTok as well, but I just saw her on Instagram one day and was like, wait a second, that's Idaho Falls. She's driving around, and sure enough, all she does is, she's a DoorDasher, I think, and she records herself, and she also has a dash cam to record what's going on in front of her, and she has these funny reels of people just making dumb traffic mistakes all around town. So I told Victor about her. We both decided to hit her up, and sure enough, she's coming in tomorrow morning, 8:45 for Traffic School. I think that's what is happening. I wish I would have asked Victor for confirmation. I thought she was coming in last week, and I texted Victor. I'm like, hey, she coming in? And he said, no, it's next week. So, yeah, this Friday. Kicking off the first Traffic School of 2025 with a very special guest, a viral guest. I think she is also the girl that recorded that Karen inside of Dairy Queen here in town. So I'm sure Victor will ask her about that and also see if she has any other funny stories about people being dumb when it comes to driving around town. You can catch Traffic School powered by the Advocates on demand, wherever you get podcasts as well. Just search up Traffic School. There you go. My friend AJ and I last night, we were chatting on Discord about our goals for losing weight in the new year, which is, everybody's goal. Wrong timing. I should have been trying to lose this weight last year, but you know what? After what I went through yesterday, I'm like, I'm just going to try to lose, I don't know how many pounds. Let's just go for the most that I can in the shortest amount of time. And I'm sure you're like, Peaches, that's not healthy. I'm not going to starve myself and just exercise and run like I'm some sort of marathon runner. No, that's not the case. I'm just going to see about eating healthy for every meal, avoiding the sugar, avoiding the processed foods, of going to the gym every morning, waking up extra early, which means also going to bed early, which means I barely have any time after work to do anything for myself. But waking up that early, I woke up at like 4 a.m. this morning. Now, I set my alarm for 5, and I thought I was going to wake up at 5, but I was telling myself 4 a.m. before, and you know how your body has that internal alarm clock? Sure enough, at 4:02, I wake up, and I can tell you, I actually wasn't tired, so I just got up, went to the gym, went on the treadmill for an hour, watched part of a movie, Never Back Down 2, just a dumb fighting movie, which one of the guys in that movie, after watching it multiple times, he's one of the worst actors I've ever seen. He's not even an actor. I think in real life, he's an MMA fighter. They just stuck in the movie. Boy, does he suck at acting. But, I watched that, went on the treadmill for an hour, and sure enough, felt much better afterwards. Got myself a nice watermelon juice thing from Winco right next door, and then got myself some oatmeal as well. Ran into a couple loyal listeners as well. Ran into loyal listener Troy and another guy. Everywhere I've been as of late, I've ran into somebody that listens to the show or listens to the channel as a whole, which is awesome. If you ever see me out in public, do not be afraid to say hello. I'm glad ever since we started saying that, more and more people have spotted me at places like Walmart, Brolum's, etc. The one guy at Brolum's yelled, "Hey, Peaches," from across the way, and I went over and talked with him. That was awesome. That also helps me out in doing a better show, meeting listeners, because I'm like, oh, wait, I'm not just talking into a microphone in this room by myself every afternoon. There's people actually listening to me. Every single year it gets repeated. Don't drink and drive, especially on days like New Year's Eve. I did see a great post on Facebook talking about, hey, you shouldn't drink and drive the other 364 days out of the year as well, which is it's true. But it gets emphasized on days like New Year's Eve, St. Patrick's Day, because there's going to be a lot of drinking involved on those holidays. Sure enough, Loudwire posted an article earlier today about this death metal drummer that was killed in a drunk driving accident on New Year's Eve. The dude was 37 years old. Only 37. His name's Joshua Ward. He was the vocalist and drummer of the North Carolina death metal group Varoth. Tragically killed in a drunk driving accident on New Year's Eve. So many things could have been avoided. But you know what? That one dumb person decided to say, you know what? I can still get behind the wheel. Killed this innocent man. You know, a talented young guy. Doesn't matter if he's, old, young. When you get behind the wheel and drink and drive, it's the stupidest thing on the planet. It drives me absolutely nuts when people don't listen overall, especially on things like that. You got to be safe out there. I was glad to see, though, besides this, a lot of people posting that were friends of mine on Facebook going, hey, if you don't have a ride for your celebrating tonight or your celebration tonight, you can always use me. And I should have posted that myself because, I wasn't doing anything, but I also didn't want to be up till 2 a.m. driving drunk people in my car. I just got new floor mats. I have some nice seats. I don't want them going all over, but still, maybe at some point, maybe that's what we should do for as like a little K-Bear thing. Maybe like get an old van that's been, just through it all. Have that be like the K-Bear DD night and have, I guess I'll drive it because Victor won't stay up late especially on New Year's Eve. That'll be something to do for going into 2026. Have a K-Bear DD van that can help people out for those that are celebrating and avoid things like this, these awful tragedies like this poor guy getting killed by a drunk driver. Terrible. And this right here is your Shot Clock Sports Update. If the NBA can add wrinkles to its All-Star weekend, so can the NFL. The league announced that it's adding a game show and a punting contest to its Pro Bowl skills competition in February. Helmet Harmony will test players' knowledge of their teammates, and Punt Perfect that features one punter and one non-punter. The two players from each conference will punt from the 35-yard line, aiming to land as many balls as possible into 6 buckets positioned in the end zone. Google has revealed their list of 2024's top trending athletes. It was compiled using Google search terms, and number one, doesn't surprise me, was Mike Tyson. The rest of the list includes that one boxer from the Olympics, Emaine Khalif, I believe that's how you say it. Simone Biles at 3, Scotty Scheffler at 4, Jake Paul at 5. The list goes on. You can Google search that if you really care about it. It's a great time of year for sports fans. There's wall-to-wall football with basketball and hockey rolling. Some number crunchers at Wallet Hub studied 400 cities, analyzing 50 data points, and supposedly figured out which cities are the best sports cities in the United States in 2024. Top 10, you can feel free to disagree. Los Angeles at number 1, Boston at 2, and Pittsburgh at 3. That makes total sense. New York at 4, Dallas at 5, Miami at 6. You get a lot of sports in Southern California, and Los Angeles is home to every single one of them. I was so mad back in the day when the San Diego Chargers moved from San Diego to L.A. because I thought L.A. already had too many sports teams, and we needed to get rid of a bunch. And I'm glad the Raiders went to Las Vegas because I hated Raiders fans growing up. I'm glad they went away. And the Lakers are great, but the Clippers, man, I'm glad they also moved into their own arena in Inglewood, California. They needed their own home. There were so many people bandwagoning the Clippers growing up in California. It was ridiculous. That does it for your Shot Clock Sports Update right here on K-Bear 101. Peaches Pit Party on K-Bear 101. Looking back on 2024, I agree with the majority that it was just a meh year. There was nothing really crazy special about it other than the fact, I decided to shave my head finally. And then I also, what else is there? Decided to, I got my promotion to brand ambassador of the 3 brands, which is awesome. I'm super happy about that. Those were my 2 highlights. And one of them is not necessarily a highlight. It's just like, hey, you know what? I'm tired of the comments. I'm tired of it looking bad. Sure enough, I'll just do it. And I've been digging it ever since. But other than that, there was really nothing. There was a whole lot of concerts. Those were cool. I guess I could look at it in a positive way. I went to a lot of shows, did things like that. Oh, good for you, Peaches. That type of thing. But really nothing else sticks out. I got to go home, which I'm planning a lot more trips home today as well. Or not today, this year as well. Very excited to go back home this year, especially for AC/DC and the Pretty Reckless at the Rose Bowl. Man, that's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to 2025. I know Victor was like, I don't want to be positive or negative about this year because of all the stuff that's been going on recently. I'm excited for this year. No matter what gets thrown our way, we have to, deal with it and do our best to conquer it. That's it. Well, here's some good news from myself. Maybe you can scream, oh, good for you, Peaches. I briefly mentioned it on Victor's show this morning about how I got an email that was sent to my spam folder. I don't know how I found out about it. Maybe because I was checking all the folders in my email, my personal email, not my work email, my personal email. And I opened up the spam folder and I saw merch on us from Hot Topic. And in that email was a $10 discount code. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And it was legit. I made sure. I'm like, this is directly from Hot Topic. Supposedly some guy or girl sued Hot Topic in either California or Oregon. I forgot which one it was, but they accused Hot Topic of faking a sale, which they did. And now Hot Topic sent a bunch of money to those people that bought Hot Topic stuff in 2019 to 2024 as a California or Oregon resident. So this morning I did some shopping, went to Hot Topic's website and saw a nice architect shirt for $17. Ended up getting it for, actually the shipping was taken off too. I ended up getting it for $7. Yeah. I thought I would have to pay for shipping. I'm like, this is not going to be that great of a discount, but sure enough, I applied the coupon code and it said, yeah, minus $16.99. So I'm getting a nice architect shirt for cheap. Again, oh, good for you, Peaches. I was digging here for a last-minute question for to Peach Their Own coming up here in just a bit. I saw this get posted in r/Ask Reddit, and it's pretty crazy. As a parent, what did your child's school do that made you say, you can't be serious? I remember back when I was in elementary school, no matter what year it was, kindergarten through fifth grade, they would send me home with that list of school supplies, and some of those requests back then were even outrageous. I can't imagine trying to buy school supplies now. Back then, they specifically wanted Crayola crayons. Forget Rose Art, Crayola only. They also wanted like specific high-end brands of other school supplies, and they requested some weird stuff too, like I forgot what. There was some weird stuff on there. I wish I could talk to my mom on the air, but she wouldn't dare do anything like that. But let's go through some of the answers here. Somebody said they banned running on the playground during recess. Someone replied back saying, my 10-year-old always complains because apparently everything is banned at recess. So bizarre. Has recess turned into something that's not fun anymore? Because we used to get away with a lot back in elementary school. I wasn't that much of a rule breaker, but I was just a young kid, messing around, and sure, I got in trouble, but it wasn't as bad as most other kids. There was one guy that kept leaving the campus. He climbed the fence and would leave the campus, and they'd be like, where is he at? He'd be walking back home. Someone would find him, or I think they would contact his parents, and his mom would drive towards the school and see him on his way back home. That guy today is still a troublemaker, too, which is pretty crazy. But, interesting thread on Ask Reddit. As a parent, what did your child's school do that made you say you can't be serious? I'm not asking this for to Peach Their Own. I was just reading through these answers, finding them humorous, and decided to share it on the air. Honestly, I really want to know. I was looking at this one website, came across the sports stuff section, and I saw a thing about Jordan Hudson, who's 24 years old, reveals she and Bill Belichick, who's 72 years old, have been, quote, going strong longer than people think. And this is totally fake, isn't it? I mean, you can't really be 24 years old and be attracted to somebody who's 72. 72. And it's Bill Belichick. Like, sure, he's one of the greatest football coaches of all time. But you think if you were to go for an older person, especially as young as 24, you would go for some better-looking 72-year-old. I know looks are not everything, but I mean, come on now, really. You're telling me if she sees that guy, she's attracted to that dude. He's already been known as like the awkward, quiet coach that doesn't really care about anything besides winning football games, which he's good at. But I mean, what do this girl's parents think about this whole situation? Are they ashamed of her? Or are they like, okay, let's hope he dies soon so we can get that money from our daughter? type of thing. I really want to know. Can I get her on the show and ask her, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? There are so many articles of people ranking years. Like they ranked 2024 a solid 6.1 out of 10. A recent survey found that out. And I was thinking, like, what exactly has been the best year of my entire life? And I was thinking more so about like how there was a Instagram trend. There was a whole social media trend glorifying the summer of 2016. And I was thinking about it. I'm like, you know what? Maybe that was the highlight. Maybe 2016 was like the greatest year. And for me, it was. I mean, it was a great, great year. And then 2017 came around, and that was one of the worst years of my life. And then going to 2020, I mean, a lot of people had a terrible year. It was a terrible year for everybody globally. But I had fun in 2020 because I was, getting the chance to hang out with my friends still because we made time to hang out with each other. So we weren't, lonely with the pandemic going on and the isolation and the quarantine. And once it was like 6 months after the whole initial lockdown, we were like, okay, let's just start going out more often. And we would go out, hang out, and do things as a group. It was a whole lot of fun. And then end of 2020, that's when things kind of went downhill for me again. But January of 2021 was when I got hired here. And I can't believe it was that long ago. Like now we're in 2025, almost 4 years later when I started here. January 29th, 2021 was when I got the call that I got the job here. And then I started the big drive. No, my call was before that. January 29th is when I started the drive here from Seal Beach to Idaho Falls. And then February 1st was my very first day on the air starting at 105 The Hawk. And then, I would join K-Bear a week later as well. And now look at me, brand ambassador for K-Bear. So I'm hoping that 2025 is better than last year. Last year was kind of just like I mentioned before on the show. But I have to do most of that stuff. I have to do most of what did I talk about on a previous show? You have to make the change. You don't wait for change to come to you type of thing. You have to learn to help yourself. There you go. Once again, that same life advice from the guy who hates life advice, Peaches. I know this might seem like a personal question, but do you know of anybody who is currently pregnant and is going like, well, you know what? This new baby stuff, it's expensive. I don't know how we're able to afford the nursery. Well, Z103, our sister channel, the studio that's right behind me every single day that I come here, is doing Idaho's #1 baby bump once again, powered by Mountain View Hospital's new NICU. If you know of somebody that's pregnant, or you're the one that's currently pregnant, once again, congratulations to you. But also, if you want to send a picture of your pregnant belly to either the Z103 app, the Throwback 103 app, or the Vibes 103 app, you'll get entered in to win Idaho's #1 baby bump. And if you do, you'll get all that stuff in the nursery. You'll also get like one of those photo shoots, like the newborn photo shoots, which those are expensive as well. Talked about that last week, how expensive everything is for babies and children overall. You might as well get all of that stuff for free and just by submitting your photo through an app. Do so before January 7th at noon. Idaho's #1 baby bump with our sister channel Z103, powered by Mountain View Hospital's new NICU. Influencers being dumb in the news. Go figure. This one influencer named Victoria Rose, which is funny because I grew up with a girl named Victoria Rose. She went to my high school. Shout out to her. Hopefully she's doing better than this Victoria Rose. Oh, this is Whoa Vicky. So it is the same story I was thinking about. Yeah, Whoa Vicky. This girl admitted that she faked her own kidnapping because she was bored. A series of now deleted posts imply that she had been kidnapped in Nigeria. They're calling her a model, which I think she was famous for something else before this. I don't know how she's a model. I think she was that really obnoxious girl years ago, and now she's kind of just quiet and making tons of money on Instagram for no reason. Well, she came clean on Instagram Live on Sunday, saying, "We kind of got carried away with the joke. I don't drink or go to the club, so this is how I find my entertainment. By pretending I get kidnapped." I can't really make any joke about that because this whole thing is just stupid. Since I was up at 4 a.m. this morning, going to the gym and all that, I decided to tune into Victor's show bright and early. And I heard him talk about how he really, really hates the band Maroon 5. And I thought he just didn't like them because they're pop, but he really hates that band. And I'm like, There are so many worse bands to hate out there, kind of like, well, Sublime. Weezer, both those bands absolutely suck to me. And he started playing some Maroon 5 songs on the air and then just started roasting them, which I do think Adam Levine, he used to be kind of funny, but then now he kind of, a couple years ago, he said all women who listen to metal are ugly or something like that, or no hot women listen to metal, something like that. Which, if you're a person with a platform, you don't say stupid things like that because it's not going to pay off for you at all. Especially, Victor and I talked about this on the Noon Hour of Madness and Mayhem powered by Jalisco's about, Ronnie Radke just attacking his fans, attacking people. He says it's his online personality, but it's getting kind of old and boring now. The reason why Victor was talking about this is because there's that question on Ask Reddit, like, what band can you not stand? And I was thinking about using that for To Peach Their Own today, but, everybody's going to say Cardi B, Taylor Swift, Poppy, Ghost, Volbeat. There's the one or two guys that say, hey, I hate Metallica and AC/DC. I'm cool. I listen to Pig Destroyer. This is the same old usual responses. K-Bear 101, I hate when people wrongfully accuse me of things. It's one of my biggest pet peeves. And Victor likes to just randomly yell out that I, quote unquote, broke the chair in here. And then for some reason, Katie Lee joins in on that saying I did the same thing to the Hawk chair, which are both not true. It's just this chair in here, the footrest is a whole lot lower compared to where Victor puts it. He puts it way high up because if you haven't seen our New Year's, Happy New Year's video from Riverbend Media Group on Facebook, you can see the legitimate height difference between Victor and myself. If you've ever seen us in public, it looks like Austin Powers and Mini-Me. That's the ideal picture you can have in your mind if you haven't seen Victor or myself. And, I'm sitting in the chair. I'm perfectly fine. My feet are on the footrest. I'm not jumping in it. I'm not doing a Hulk Hogan leg drop when I go to sit down. And his feet don't touch the footrest anymore. And he goes, Peaches broke my chair. It's like, no, dude, you're just a whole lot shorter than me. And I think I sit in this chair a whole lot longer than he does for the most part, because he has his office. I don't. I have the Cannonball studio that I use in the morning, which in the morning, like having that door shut, the heater gets blasted in there. And so if I have the door shut, it feels like a sauna. So I need to keep the door open at all times in order for it to keep cool. And I wait for Victor's morning show to be done. And then I make my way over here. Then he makes his way into the office. That's how it usually works. I'm in here way more than he is every single day. I should get my own chair. I should get the nice big boy chair. He can have, you know what? I should go on Amazon and see if there are any deals for high chairs for little tykes like him. All right, it's that time of the show, or time of the day on the show here for To Peach Their Own. And sure enough, I just was like, hey, Chat GPT, what can I ask the audience? What's a good question for today? And it gave me like 10, but I kind of liked this one. What's a movie or TV show you're embarrassed to admit you've watched over and over? Now, I'm trying to think of anything that I have watched. Maybe as a kid, I watched Hannah Montana and all that. The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody was a great show. I did watch the Disney shows growing up. Didn't really watch the good shows. Avatar: The Last Airbender was on TV, and I just completely ignored that show, and that turns out to be one of the greatest shows of all time. So now I have to watch the whole thing on demand to sort of catch up, because I avoided shows like that. It just didn't really seem appealing to me. But yeah, if you could come up with what's a movie or TV show you're embarrassed to admit you've watched over and over again. Has anybody answered the question? Yeah, I know I just posted it not that long ago in the K-Bear 101 Idaho Rock and Metal Facebook group. Nobody's answered that yet. Okay, all right, well, 208-535-1015. Call in now. What's a movie or TV show you're embarrassed to admit you've watched over and over? Let me know now. Hey, Bear, how's it going?
Not too bad.
What's a movie or TV show you're embarrassed to admit you've watched over and over, James?
Dateline.
And why is that? That one doesn't seem all that bad.
Well, because it's like on the weekends, because me being a news junkie, I just turn it on and have it in the background all day. But on the weekends, they don't run news broadcasts on the NBC feed. They just run Dateline all day. And I'll end up watching like the same 6 or 7 episodes multiple weekends in a row. And I think it's more just a lack of quality programming on their part.
I was about to say that doesn't seem nearly as bad. I thought you would have called in and said something like, I don't know, like Barbie's Dream House or something like that.
No, I haven't delved into that one. I don't think I've been drunk enough.
There's been a few shows that I've watched that are quite stupid, even sober my entire life. That Hardcore Pawn or Pawn Stars or what's that?
American Pickers.
Storage Wars is a great one. I love that one. What else is there?
Where they're just dramatizing auction sales.
Yeah, and there's like top 5 fights on YouTube from that show. It's like, who's fighting at a storage war?
Yeah, unless you're trying to get your stuff back.
Sure. Yeah, but there's even what's it called? Like that beach repo towing or something like that. Like that was a show for a while.
Yeah, and then there's somebody that he's not a bounty hunter, but he does
Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, but it's not Dog. There's a new guy, and he's like
Pup?
down in Florida, I think.
I think Dog the Bounty Hunter is also in Florida too.
He was in Hawaii.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. My mistake there. Isn't he dead now?
I know his wife is.
His wife is. That's who it was. I'm like, I know somebody died from that Dog the Bounty Hunter TV show.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
that was before my time. I pulled it up once on like Spike TV or something like that. And
the best thing about Dog was always watching him offer everybody a cigarette.
No matter who they were?
Yeah, it'd be like, oh, hey, you want to smoke, man? Nope, don't smoke. 30 seconds later, you want to smoke, man? Still don't smoke.
To each their own. K-Bear, you're live on the show. Who's this?
Hey, what's up, boss?
Hey, Stuart, what's happening?
Oh, not much. Just getting off work.
Nice, man. What movie or TV show were you embarrassed that you're embarrassed to admit? Did I just have a brain fart? What the heck was that? What's a movie or TV show you're embarrassed to admit you've watched over and over?
I've watched Miss Congeniality an embarrassing amount of times.
Is that the one with Sandra Bullock?
Yeah.
Yeah, my sister dressed up as her for Halloween for some reason.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. All of a sudden, I'm like, what the heck is that? Why is she wearing a dress and like a weird, like, fake gun at her thigh or whatever? And I'm like, oh, it's from the movie. Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. She's into criminology and all of that. So, or she majored in criminology and psychology and all that. So maybe that's like one of her favorite movies. I don't know. I barely talk to her now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Probably she's a pretty positive female figure, you know?
Sure. Yeah. What's your favorite Sandra Bullock movie besides Miss Congeniality? Mine has to be The Blind Side. I love that movie.
That's a pretty good one. God, I'd have to think about all the movies.
Yeah, there's too many she's been
in. Good
in.
one.
Yeah. That's a
lot. You ever watch Speed?
I haven't. No. I was looking at her filmography. That's with Keanu Reeves from what I'm seeing here.
Yeah, that's a good one.
See, I watch stupid movies that I've already seen before. I need to go actually watch some movies that I haven't seen.
I know. It's so. Well, if you're like me, you know, I like to turn something on in the background that I don't necessarily have to tune into. You know, I can pop into parts of it, and
Right. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
So when I watch like some TV shows on Netflix that I want to get into, I'll get in like the first couple of seasons, and then for some reason I'll just stop watching it. I stopped watching Breaking Bad like 3 seasons in, just simply because somebody spoiled it for me. And then I was like, all right, do I really want to watch the rest to see that ending? Not really.
That movie or that show is so brutal. It's hard to watch. I don't know how Victor can just comfort watch on Breaking Bad.
He's a different dude. He loves that, those natural disasters, and he loves just gritty, weird films like The Human Centipede. And...
Yeah. There's parts of that show that make you feel gross.
Right. Yeah, the movie The Joker also makes you feel gross too. The first one.
Oh yeah.
That one's pretty weird. There's a few. I just watched this movie called Brawl in Cell Block 99. That movie, very dark. It's a slow burn, and I think it's good for what it is. But would I watch it again? Absolutely not. Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoy the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.